Hiya!
Hey, hi, quick, come, quick, Julie, hurry. Oh, that's it. Hey, Lito, una pietra, eh? Tino, aquí. Put it under the brake, quick. Aye. Here, Tino, quick, under the wheel, eh? Aye, de me. Take care. It's only necessary for you to appear to be crushed, okay? Now, hey. Oh, is that the face of anguish?
¡Pasó! ¡Me quebró una pierna! ¡Ayúdenme!
Oh, is that the face of anguish? Lift! Pobrecito! Lift! Good heavens! Here, come on. You lift! I will pull. Wait.
It's heavier than it looks.
Aye, indeed.
I got you say.
What's he say?
Oh, he said bend down low. He would whisper to you.
Yep. What?
Why do cats sleep better at night than we can?
Poor thing. He's delirious.
You don't know?
We gotta get him out of there.
Oh, no, please. Try to answer the question. Just one simple question. Tino, give him another chance.
How do clouds stay in the air? What causes thunder? Where do insects go in the fall? What causes a mirage?
Poor little fellow, he doesn't even know what he's saying.
Don't you know anything? Don't you have any education?
What's going on here?
Aye, Tino, this one is not the man. Get up off the ground. Hey, Chico, go back to your station. We try again. We keep on trying.
Look, fellow, what's this all about?
To a man who cannot answer the simple question of a hungry mind, there is no explanation. I have nothing to say. Adios, senor.
Well,
Well, that's what you get when you try to help somebody.
well, that's the craziest thing I ever ran up
Never
against.
had that happen. I don't know what's
Hey, quick, come. All right. Please, one of you, quickly, come with the boy.
There's something wrong. It's not budging. Give me a hand.
Juan's mother had once 1.5 cherry pies. Maria's mother had 2 1/4. How many cherry pies did they both have?
3 3/4. Come on, give me a hand. Push. What are you doing? You're pushing against us.
Oh, it's the excitement, senor.
Excitement. Excitement.
Senor, please tell me the 7 wonders of the ancient world.
The Great Pyramid of Khufu, the Hanging Gardens of Babylon, Colossus of Rhodes, the Olympian Zeus by Phidias.
It will reflect badly on me if the boy should die. You seem an educated man. College?
Look, this boy's half out of his mind. Cherry pies and the seven wonders. This is no time to stand around.
Verdad. You drive the car, senor. With the others, you follow in the wagon.
Follow where?
To Cordova.
Cordova.
It's not on the map, senores.
Okay, come on, get in the wagon.
Por favor.
Bueno, Miguel.
Sorry. You have broken the law and you must be sentenced. The tribunal. Come.
Broken what law?
Well, it is a pity, but in a way, it is partly my fault. I should have warned you. No vehicles are permitted in the town plaza.
What's that?
A vehicle?
So?
That vehicle belongs to Pedro Otero. He has a permit. You, have you a permit?
Look, I'll see you around.
Hey! As you see, in Cordova, justice is available at the snap of a finger. Will the defendant please come forward?
You've got to be kidding.
Please, Senor Delgado has called you.
It will be returned to you later.
What do you mean, later? I said, what do you mean, later?
Where did you go to college?
Yale. Now give me my key and I'll be on my way.
He says he went to a place called Yale. Who knows this school? Is truly a college?
Si, Senor Delgado. I have read about it. It's a place of much learning and much good sense.
Ay, fine. Bueno, bueno. Ay, bueno, bueno.
All right. You've had your fun. Now give me my keys and I'll get out of here.
Yes. May I see your driver's license, please? Says you are not married. That you live in New York.
I used to.
Occupation?
Between jobs.
Mother, father?
No.
No relatives?
Look, what has that got to do with this?
At first I had thought that for such a terrible thing as you have done, a month would be a punishment to fit the crime. But now that you yourself tell me that you have no job, no home, no mother, no father, it seems to me that A full year would be much better.
A year for what? Just for driving in here? Look, you know, there are laws against false arrest and false imprisonment and trumped-up charges.
We may be a poor village, senor, and what they call unincorporated, but we do have a law of our own, and we make it fit any situation.
Look, if this is some kind of a racket to rob the tourists under the pretense of violating some cooked-up local ordinance, if this town's treasury is that poor, okay, tell me what the fine is and I'll pay it and get out of here.
I think we will put you and your friend at the Otero's. That's Tino's mother and father. They have a fine guest room. Of course, we cannot pay you, but we will feed you. And Senora Otero, when you save her empanadas and her bizcochitos, hey, que buenos.
All right. Look, I've been pretty patient about this whole thing, haven't I? I mean, I saw what looked like an accident on the highway and I stopped, right? Like the Bible says, like a good Samaritan, I stopped.
A man who would not stop, we do not want.
Then I drove miles up roads mountain goats couldn't use. And my friend, he's still coming up that road. Little knowing that the reward for his charity is going to be treachery. Now, if this is a Christian place, and I think it is, then where, my friends, is the Christianity?
Wait! My friend, St. Nicholas himself has sent you to us.
St. Nicholas?
Yes, he gives gifts to the children. He aids the poor and the needy. Yes. Hey, you will conceal the car in case our friend here has any idea that he would like to leave us.
How do you want to work this? Quarterback sneak or right around right end?
Forget it. But these people have flipped. You can't fight shadows.
Are you kidding?
Your friend is disturbed by some information I have just given him. It is a fine for a traffic violation. He thinks for us to sentence a man so, we must be locos. But I ask you, what else could we do? We have many children here in need of teaching. And your friend is an educated man. None of us is. I ask you again, what else could we do?
This guy's a kook. He thinks you can kidnap somebody off the state highway and hold him up here in the mountains to teach school for a year.
A year?
Is a year so much to give?
They touch nothing. Not even the empanadas that I baked for them.
Have you done as I instructed?
Como no? I even fan the scent of the cinnamon and the piñones through the open window towards their room while I cook. They touch nothing. The blonde one, he say to tell you they will eat nothing and they will stay in the room until you give them the key and the machine and let them go back into the valley.
How can I do that, Maria? With school opening tomorrow, how can I do that?
Look, is there any reason why I have to support your hunger strike?
Go ahead, eat. Be a fink.
No man is an island entire of itself. Each man is a piece of the continent, a part of the main. Any man's death diminishes me because I am involved in mankind.
Okay, so I'll eat for both of us.
You still seem to think this whole thing is very funny.
It is, admit it.
Well, let me tell you something. We're prisoners just as surely as if they'd locked the steel door behind us.
You're a prisoner, not me. You're the boy they want. Teach.
Yeah, that's tonight. Who knows what they'll want tomorrow? Maybe a scarecrow for one of their fields. Maybe the scarecrow will be you. Anyway, aren't you the guy who's always saying you gotta bust out and never get cemented in, walk away from it cold?
Yeah, that's me.
Well, let me tell you something, buddy. We're cemented in, 32 miles from the main highway and no car. A dozen husky farm boys just waiting outside to flex their muscles in case we try to fight our way out.
Look, will you relax and sit down and eat? You're giving me indigestion. We'll bust out. But why do we have to do it tonight when the whole town is looking? Just move with it a while, find out what it's all about, and then when we find a hole, we'll break the walls down. All right? We'll go. Look, when we go, why don't we take the senora with us, huh? Why do you taste that? Come on.
Where's this?
Do not worry, Senor Delgado. They go no place.
Senora Stiles. Senora Stiles!
It's only 6 o'clock.
Today is the end of summer, the first new day of school. There is much to do. And as we say, today is filled with God's sunshine. Tomorrow may never come.
What time is school open?
At 7 in punto.
7, why so early?
There are special problems today. It is good he sleeps the sleep of the innocent.
Mr. Delgado, just between us, us guilty ones, us insomniacs. I mean, what's the real score around here? I mean, last night and yesterday, okay, we went along with the gag, but, you know, the Earth has turned on its axis and the planets have moved into heaven, so, why don't we hear a new sound this morning? I mean, something more a little bit reliable than the voice of the turtle.
I suggest you rise and wake your friend. He has to address himself to the agile minds of the 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th grades. You I am assigning to the 1st and 2nd grades, in the hope that neither will prove beyond your capacities.
Me? Oh, wait a minute. You can't do that. Hey, wait a minute. I'm just here because you trapped my buddy. I mean, I didn't break any law.
I shall expect both of you within the next 30 minutes. Otherwise, I shall have to send for you. And it will look bad in front of the children for you to be carried into school. Our law fits any situation, even you.
Good morning, Mr. Scarecrow. What did I tell you? I gotta be still sleeping. I don't get it. I mean, why us? What happened to their regular teachers? I'm not qualified to teach. I don't have a diploma or anything. And even you, with your college education, you gotta have a paper or something, don't you? A certificate. They call it certification. Well, who's been certified? Go along with it. Get inside of it. That way, when you're ready, the walls come down. The walls come down, all right, right on your head.
Buenos dias, senores. I'm happy to see you.
Cut the glad talk, Mr. Puppeteer, and just pull the strings for now.
Your friend is not very cheerful this morning.
No, I'm not exactly what you might call overjoyed.
When one has a ritual of life, he is no longer uneasy. And what ritual is more important than to excite the minds of the young? There is a passion for understanding, just as there are other passions and appetites. But this passion is found only in children. All too soon it fades and then goes forever when the child grows into a man, unless he is well taught while the mind is still open.
You know, Mr. Delgado, ever since we had the misfortune of falling into your little trap on the highway yesterday, you've been coming out with some pretty perceptive thinking. Real Cracker Barrel ringers. Seems to me you ought to be teaching these kids.
Oh, but I do. We all do. Every man and every woman in Cordova teaches. We teach the worship of God, love for America, respect for parents, the traditions we bring from Spain. But we cannot teach what is in the books. We do not read or write.
Well, there must have been teachers here before. Where are they?
It is a matter of money. We have none to spare, or else we would pay.
What about the state and the county? And don't tell me they just forgot about these kids.
Do not talk to me about the county. Ah, senor. Por favor. Please, you start the classes. I will join you soon. Your grades always begin with the Pledge of Allegiance. Your grades we let sing first. It helps bring the words to their tongues.
Let me ask you something.
Yeah?
How come we're just standing here? How come we just don't get on that bus and get out of this town?
Let me ask you one. How come somebody sent a school bus for these kids and Delgado chases it away?
Come. We keep the children waiting. Children, this is your new teacher, Senor Stiles. Senor, the pledge. I will leave you now, senor. Adios.
Hi. I remember how I felt the first day of school. Terrible. You too, huh?
Yes, sir.
Well, I guess we ought to find out who's who, even if I don't know what's what. Tell you how we'll do it. I'll put my name on the blackboard, and each of you can come up one by one and write your name underneath it, okay? What's the matter? Forget your name?
She is my sister. She has not yet learned how to write, but you will teach her, won't you, senor?
We'll see, Tina.
The farmer in the dell, the farmer in the dell. I own the dairy-o, the farmer in the dell. The farmer takes a wife, the farmer takes a wife. I own the dairy-o, the farmer takes a wife. The wife takes the child, the wife takes the child. I own the dairy-o, the wife takes the child. The child takes the nurse, the child takes the nurse. I own the dairy-o, the child takes the nurse.
Sheriff's Office, Canfield. Oh, hello, Mr. Marston. Well, you can't say he didn't warn us. He camped on your doorstep all summer about it. No, of course I'm not taking his side. He's breaking the law, and I'll nail him. Okay. Okay, Mr. Marchand. Just relax now. I'll straighten it all out.
We end the recess now. Please ring the bell to get the children inside.
What you're doing is all wrong, Miguel. Not only a violation of the law, but morally wrong, and you know it.
No man can tell Miguel Delgado what is morally wrong, except Father Montoyas.
Yeah, and I'll bet you he doesn't know about this.
He has many parishes to tend. This is one of the least of them.
Look, Miguel, I'm going to take the long view about all this. I'm going to forget that you personally caused some 50 children to miss the opening day of school.
How can you say that? Look for yourself. Do they not enter to the bell? Are they not being taught?
Would you mind telling me just who's teaching them?
A graduate of the Yale.
We'll get to him in a few minutes. Now look, whether you approve it or not, these kids have got to go to the new school, and you can't give me one legitimate reason why not.
3 hours a day, that's why not. That's 15 hours a week on a bus. Enough time to prune the trees, to water the stock, to help in the fields, to study at home, to pray in the church.
Miguel, now I could say some things that would hurt you. Argue some arguments right out of your own life, but I'm not going to do that.
Anita, she proves nothing. I do not speak to her nor of her.
Look, let's face it. Do you really expect to attract teachers way up here? Why, your own daughter turns you down. But the only way I know to get them is to kidnap them. Fellas. Where did he dig you two up?
Well, we're from out of state.
Oh? Names and certificate numbers, please. That is, if you have certificate numbers.
Todd Stiles.
Murdoch.
Numbers?
They're being shipped. In the trunk with the rest of our papers.
Yeah, we sort of, rushed in here the last minute,
Well, I'll check it out with the Board of Supervisors. Stiles Murdoch, right?
Spelled with a K.
Miguel, for the record, it won't make any difference to you if they're both PhDs. This school is closed, and the children of Cordova are assigned to the Las Cruces district. Now, either they report to class in the morning, or they'll be considered truants, and I'm holding every parent in this town accountable, even if it means jailing a few of you to set an example. Now, I want those kids on that bus in the morning. If not, in you go. Clear?
Thank you for coming. To many of us, Cordova has been more than just a little place in the mountains. It is a manner of life, rich in old values, poor in such things as money. Still, we have never permitted our poverty to destroy our dignity, until now. Now we are too poor to pay enough taxes to support our school and too proud to let our children go to another. It reflects badly on us, does it not? Today, when you lied to Senor Canfield for us, I was proud for you, but ashamed for me. I was ashamed that I had tricked you and made you stay here. One man cannot stamp down another man, any more than you can tramp down the fragrance of the fields without it rising from beneath the boot. I have had your car brought back from the place where it was hidden.
Well, Senor Delgado, we're not exactly in demand anyplace, so...
Ah, gracias, senores. Gracias.
De nada. First, we're gonna have to do something about those certificate numbers.
Oh, we ignore. We claim the records are wrong, incomplete. We fight.
What about the sheriff when they send the bus in the morning?
Sheriff Canfield would never dare put Miguel Delgado in the calabozo.
Papa, when are you going to stop? When are you ever going to learn?
There are saints on all sides of us. You have not much respect for me, I know. But please do not offend the holiness around us.
Would you mind, please?
I will not be left alone with her.
Papa, I drove all the way up here to try to talk some sense into you. Now, if you want to humiliate us both in front of these strangers, you go right ahead. You are already the laughingstock of Santa Fe.
You watch your tongue, girl.
Papa, please. Let these young men go before you get them into real trouble.
Who is holding them? Let her see the key. They may leave any time they choose.
Then go, right now, before he talks you into throwing away the keys and staying.
Well, we don't have any place particular to go. Not tonight anyway, and not even tomorrow.
Besides, we kind of like what your father's trying to do.
Do you know what he is trying to do? He is trying to hold on to yesterday. He is trying to bring up the children of this town for a life that no longer exists. He will not face facts, and he won't allow anyone else in Cordova to face facts. Well, it won't work. He can't do it. The world doesn't care about places like Cordova anymore. Believe me, Papa. Please believe me, because it is true. Why can't you see it?
When you went away to college, that day I carved a saint for you to watch over you and bring you back to Cordova as a teacher. Oh, I carved badly that day.
Please let the children go tomorrow. You don't care about yourself. Care about them and set them free. Please, Papa.
Quickly! Get the children inside and keep them there.
Okay, let's go.
Come.
Come on, kid. All right, let's go. Come on. Come on. Come on, let's go. Come on, the last one inside's a P. Come on, come on.
Well, you've shown everybody how defiant you can be. Now show them that you also have some common sense.
Let us see your sense. Let us see you take this bus, this big, shiny, air-conditioned bus, back down the valley and leave us alone.
Oh, I'll leave all right. But with you.
A gem cannot be polished but with friction. A man cannot be perfected without trials.
Look, do you want everybody to see you cuffed and taken out of here like a common criminal? You two, clear out of here tonight. If I find you around here tomorrow, I'll throw the book at you. Let's go. Tomorrow morning, if your children are not on that bus, you'll really see some arrests being made.
Sheriff, what am I supposed to do now?
Why don't you just turn off the air conditioning?
Aurora Borealis. Now, just the sixth graders.
Aurora Borealis.
Good. It's your style. Thanks. Now, did you understand anything of what I've told you? You see, what you'll have to learn is that everything you see is all hooked up to everything else. If you want to get a clear picture, you have to look at all the parts. But it's all hooked up, like, take, for instance, the sun. Now, can you take a piece out of the sun?
Mr. Murdoch. Thanks, pal.
He just did.
Did what?
Take a piece of the sun.
Listen, who's the teacher here, me or you? Now, let's get back where was I talking? Oh, the sun, that's right.
For millions of years, the changes on the Earth have been going on. Some species of plants and animals have survived.
Senor Stein, it is for you on the telephone, long distance.
For me?
It is Fabian Chavez from the capital, from Santa Fe, Senor.
Chavez?
Venga. Senator Chavez, he says very important. Venga.
Just keep working on that chapter.
Venga, venga.
Why don't you look at it this way? If Mr. What's his name, Mr. Smith can go to Washington, why can't you come to Santa Fe?
Now, why don't you make the speech to the Senate then?
Oh, no, I only teach the first and second graders. What can I teach a politician?
You know, the thing that bugs me is all this destiny jazz. I mean, 4 days ago, we're driving down the road trying to decide whether to go north or south. And that's the big problem, north or south. Now, all of a sudden, we're in the middle of a political issue. Miguel's in jail, 50 kids are playing hooky, and I've got to address the legislature of the sovereign state of New Mexico.
That's okay, my money's still on you.
I went to the jail. I saw my father, and I spoke with Sheriff Canfield. And he says that if you will just leave, he will drop all of the charges against my father, and all of the children will be free to go to the new school. Papa is stubborn, but I'm sure that once he sees it is best for everybody, he will forget all this.
You really believe that, Anita?
I don't know. I don't know what to believe anymore. I just don't want my father and my town made to seem any more ridiculous. Made the center of a public debate.
Well, it's too late to stop now. Even if it wasn't, I mean, we've got ourselves all wrapped up in this, too. And whenever that happens, you got to go with it, right to the center of things, right?
Senate will please come to order. Mr. President, gentlemen from Santa Fe, because of a special situation that arose just yesterday, and because there are certain interested parties that would like to be heard before the Senate, I ask unanimous consent that the Senate resolve itself into a committee of the whole. If there is no objection, the Senate will resolve itself in the committee of the whole. Mr. Chairman, Senator Chavez, members of the Senate, it was brought to my attention yesterday that because of the circumstances which come about from the consolidation of school districts and the consolidation of schools within districts, that the Department of Education has directed a small village to send its children to another school. Now, while generally speaking, the legislature does not direct executive departments concerning certain actions or policies, I feel that in this case we should listen to the issues, then take whatever action is necessary. I have directed the Legislative Council to give me certain data and information, which I will present to the Senate at a later time. At this time, I would like to present Mr. Todd Stiles.
When Senator Chavez called me yesterday and invited me to speak to you about the town of Cordova, I asked him which side was he on. He said he reserved the right to answer that question later. He told me there were a lot of little towns like Cordova. Towns that are growing smaller and smaller. Some of them are already gone forever. He explained to me about district zoning and school bonds and ad valorem taxes and a lot of other things that I don't pretend to understand. But then he added, when all was said and done, that you gentlemen here were as interested in the human side of this issue as you are in the financial side. I'd like to speak to you on that level, if I may. My friend and I, we got into this thing pretty much by accident. We came into a little town we didn't even know existed. There's nothing in Cordova, really. Just people. Well, they have some livestock and some orchards. They grow their own food, they weave a few blankets for the tourists, and they carve a few statues. But there's no big industry there. The place isn't going anywhere. Actually, there's no justification for Cordova at all on the basis of economics. But it exists, it's there. And it's been there a long time. The only thing they really have in Cordova is their children. You might say their children are their only natural resource, their only future. Now, the issue of the school in Cordova, whether it's right or wrong for the kids to be kept there or sent to a new school, is another issue, I think. It's a question of what's more important, today or tomorrow. In Cordova, they live for today. Like Senor Delgado said, today the sky is filled with God's sunshine. Tomorrow may never come. They don't want to think ahead in Cordova. They don't want to be pushed into progress. Okay, maybe that's wrong, but maybe it's not either. I think people have the right to choose. They've found something up in Cordova, something to believe in, something that works for them. Well, maybe it would be better for the state and the county to take the children away from Cordova and send them to a new school with teachers from the city. But is the new school really that much better than the one they have? Would it really cost that much more to pay a couple of teachers to live up there with them? I don't know the economics of the thing. I don't know if you gentlemen could do anything about it now, even if you wanted to. I guess all I'm really saying is that the world's already moving fast enough. Do we have to take all the little towns and speed them up too? If Cordova's going to die, let it die a natural death in its own time. Meanwhile, let them live their own way, in peace. Then, maybe they won't die. You know, they just might outlive us all. Thank you.
Get some action, but I didn't think it would be this quick. Hey, Tino! What's going on here?
Anita's back. Oh, I do not mean that we don't want you, senor. But Anita, she is one of us. Pardon me, I do not wish to be tardy.
Thank you for bringing me home.
No. Muchacho. Aquino. A la izquierda, allá.
Well, you're quite a spellbinder, they say. The governor himself called, suggested that Miguel go on home. In the legislature, I heard they passed a special appropriation for Cordova.
Well, when they move in New Mexico, they really move. It's only been a couple of hours since we left Santa Fe, and...
Oh, that. Well, you see, they're putting in a new school down county, and since they don't open until next year, I figured we could borrow the equipment earmarked for them. If I get into trouble on account of it, I may just have to send you back to Santa Fe to make a speech for me.
Señores, lado de lado en mi corazón. Señor, siempre a sus órdenes. But why do you wait out here? There is need inside, and many hungry minds to feed. Hey, muchacho! Oye!
been a Screen Gems film presentation from Columbia Pictures. Herbert B. Leonard, executive producer.